Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets a rousing welcome at Muscat on the last leg of his three-nation tour. Meets Oman's Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs, Saeed Shihab bin Tariq bin Taimur Al Saeed. Prime Minister Modi addresses Ethiopia's parliament, urges collaboration for Global South's development. And Russia's President Vladimir Putin warns that Moscow will seize claimed Ukraine lands by force if Kiev and its allies ditch dialogue. Right, first up, all the latest on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Oman. Prime Minister Modi reached Muscat on Wednesday for a two-day official visit on the last leg of his three-nation tour. The visit is of special significance as it marks the 70th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Oman. The leaders aim to bolster the strategic partnership in trade, investment, energy, defense and people-to-people ties. The Prime Minister was received at the airport by Oman's Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs, Saeed Shihab bin Tariq bin Taimur Al Saeed, and was accorded a ceremonial welcome at the airport. They had a great interaction, exchanging perspectives on India-Oman friendship. In a post on X. In the meantime, let's get you the latest from Muscat of a banquet hosted in honor of the Prime Minister. Right, Prime Minister Modi, as you can see on these visuals, is on a two-day visit to Oman. Oman's Deputy Prime Minister Shihab bin Tariq hosted a dinner in honor of the Prime Minister. The dinner banquet is being held in Muscat and it was attended by other dignitaries as well. All right, if you're just joining us, we are getting to the latest visuals from Muscat, Oman, where a banquet was hosted in his honor. Remember, the Prime Minister is on a two-day visit to Oman on the third and last leg of his tour of West Asia and Africa, which took him first to Jordan and then to Ethiopia, and now he is in Oman, as I mentioned, on the last leg of his three-nation tour of the region. And these are the latest visuals of a banquet that was hosted by Oman's Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs in the Prime Minister's honor on day one of his two-day visit to Oman. This is his second visit to Oman in more than 7 years. He last visited Muscat in 2018. India and Oman share a strategic partnership. They enjoy civilizational ties, and the two leaders will hold talks on Thursday on a range of issues, including bilateral, regional and global issues of interest or concern to both New Delhi and Muscat. And earlier, the Prime Minister was accorded a warm welcome upon his arrival at his hotel in Muscat. He witnessed a traditional Omani welcome cultural performance. India's vibrant cultural diversity was on full display. A special Gujarati song and a Ghumar dance performance were presented. Members of the Indian community took the lead in showcasing a blend of classical dances such as Kuchipudi, Mohiniyattam, Bharatnatyam and Kathakali. The Prime Minister was also witnessed a Yakshagana, a display of traditional Indian theatre dance performance. A special Bollywood dance performance was presented as well, showcasing the harmony of India's diverse religions and cultures. And my colleague Gautam Roy caught up with the diaspora who staged a dance performance in honor of the Prime Minister. Take a listen.
Well, the Indian diaspora was in the hotel where the Prime Minister arrived in handsome numbers to greet him, to welcome him to Oman, and there were multiple performances as well. One of them was Indian classical dances to the tune of Vande Mataram. We have those performers here with us.
I perform Kathak. My name is Anu Chennai. She is Shrikala ma'am. She performed Mohiniyattam, Bharatnatyam by Dhanlakshmi, and Tirtha performed Kuchipudi. So we did 4 Indian classical dances together on one song, in Vande Mataram song.
How was it performing in front of the Prime Minister of India?
Amazing, very electrifying, very good experience.
Tell us, what did you feel?
Yeah, actually when we saw Narendra Modi ji in front of us standing, no, we lost ourselves. Actually, no, this is a luck. We got the good opportunity, and thank you Embassy for giving us such a wonderful opportunity.
I performed Bharatnatyam, and it was a great honor to perform in front of Mr. Narendra Modi, and we all teachers came together and we have given a different culture. So it's like, thank you so much for giving.
Was it seamless or was it tough to figure out how to perform together?
It was very simple, but in front of Modi we got scared and we started shivering while dancing. It's like great honor, yeah.
What can you tell us about how you performed and how did you prepare for this?
Myself Tirtha Katil, Vidushi Tirtha Katil. So I performed Kuchipudi, Andhra Pradesh classical dance form. So really I felt very happy, and it's great opportunity, and I felt like I am performing the God of Nation. So it's very great opportunity for all of us. So really very happy. I don't know how to express my happiness in one word or 2 words. It won't. Yeah, we can't explain. So it was very long dream for me.
Thank you. I'm sure the Prime Minister appreciated this slice of Indian culture, that too Indian classical dance here in Oman. The Prime Minister also witnessed many other performances as well, and we will, of course, bring you slices of that as well. With cameraperson Mohan Mukut Sharma, this is Gautam Roy in Oman, Muscat for DD India.
And children who danced the Ghumar were excited at performing in front of the Prime Minister.
We have here with us the children who performed Ghumar, folk dance from Rajasthan. Hello, how are you and how was it performing in front of the Prime Minister? What's your name?
My name is Faiha, and I was really happy to see him. The way he smiled while seeing our dance really motivated us, and he was really inspiring us.
When we performed in front of Prime Minister, it was like a surreal moment. We felt so happy in performing in front of Prime Minister.
And how did he appreciate your performance and what's your name?
My name is Prasar, and yeah, it was amazing seeing him, and we were speechless how he greeted us and everything.
It was really amazing, and the way he motivated us, it was amazing. I was speechless, and then I should especially thank the Indian Embassy for selecting our school, ISAM, to dance in front of him.
You all came together and performed here in front of Prime Minister Modi. Were you scared or did you feel like you could, do your own thing?
I was a bit scared, but then I felt happy while seeing him, and his motivation was amazing.
And how have you been learning this particular folk dance, and did you feel that one day, did you kind of get a feeling that you would be performing in front of a person like Prime Minister Modi or a top world leader?
No, we never thought we would dance before our Prime Minister, and we've been practicing from 2 weeks, and we were truly excited, and it was a wonderful moment for us.
Never we accepted that we can get like this of an opportunity to play in front of him.
We are really very happy for this.
I was super excited, but a little nervous too. But now I'm really happy and proud to dance in front of him.
Thank you. So slightly overwhelming for these young girls to be performing in front of Prime Minister Modi, but in the end they really aced their performance, and the Prime Minister was quite appreciative of it as well. Just shows how the culture of India lives here in Oman through the next generation as well, the younger generation, and they are ever more willing to take it forward. With camera person Shiva, this is Gautam Roy in Muscat, Oman, DD India.
Now, India's global diplomacy marked another milestone on Wednesday when Prime Minister Modi addressed the Parliament of Ethiopia in Addis Ababa. It was his 18th address to a foreign legislature. From Africa to the Caribbean and across the Indo-Pacific, the Prime Minister's parliamentary outreach continues to expand India's presence on the world stage. DD India's Rahul Upadhyay brings us this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi marked another significant moment in India's global outreach as he addressed the joint session of the Ethiopian Parliament at Addis Ababa on Wednesday, his 18th address to a foreign legislature. Prime Minister Modi opened his speech by extending greetings on behalf of 1.4 billion Indians, even offering a warm salam to the Ethiopian lawmakers.
On behalf of the 1.4 billion people of India, I bring greetings of friendship, goodwill, and brotherhood. Tena istilin. Salam.
PM Modi highlighted the deep civilizational ties between India and Ethiopia, describing the two nations as ancient cultures walking together into a future of growth and opportunity.
India's national song, Vande Mataram, and the Ethiopian national anthem, both refer to our land as the mother.
Prime Minister Modi emphasized India's readiness to share its experience and expertise as Ethiopia advances its Digital Ethiopia Strategy 2025.
As you roll out the Digital Ethiopia 2025 strategy, we are ready to share our expertise and our experience with Ethiopia.
The address concluded with a standing ovation, underscoring the warmth and respect shared between the two nations. Later posting pictures on X, Prime Minister Modi called it a great honor and privilege to speak in Ethiopia's parliament, praising the country's rich history and reaffirming India's commitment to strengthening bilateral cooperation. His latest address in Ethiopia comes on the heels of Prime Minister Modi's historic five-nation tour earlier in July this year, during which Prime Minister Modi addressed the parliaments of Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, and Namibia. His speech in Namibia marked a major milestone, his 17th address to a foreign parliament, a record unmatched by any Indian Prime Minister. Over the years, Prime Minister Modi has addressed many parliaments across the world, from Bhutan, Nepal, Australia, and Fiji in 2014 to Mauritius, Sri Lanka, Mongolia, and Afghanistan in 2015. Prime Minister became the first Indian leader to address the British Parliament that same year. His 2016 address to the US Congress was followed by a second one in 2023, making him the only Indian leader to do so twice. Prime Minister's engagements continue from Uganda in 2018, Maldives in 2019, Guyana in 2024, followed by 4 more nations in 2025. With Ethiopia becoming the 18th parliament, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's global outreach continues to set new benchmarks in India's diplomatic history. Rahul Upadhyay's report for TD India.
Now, Prime Minister Modi's Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam campaign has grown into a global environmental movement. Leaders are joining hands to honor mothers while protecting Mother Earth. The initiative reflects India's leadership in driving collective action for a greener future.
Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's initiative of planting trees in the name of their mothers, shows his commitment towards environmental protection and to ensure a better future for the planet. The campaign has brought people together not only across India but around the world with the message of honoring their mothers while protecting Mother Earth. Several global leaders have now joined this mega campaign. Most recently, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali became part of the initiative, planting a sapling with Prime Minister Modi in Addis Ababa. Earlier this year, on July 25th, Maldivian President Mohamed Moizu joined the campaign, planting a tree with Prime Minister Modi in Malé. In July this year, Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bharati also joined the initiative, planting a sapling with Prime Minister Modi in Port of Spain, lending her voice to the global call for environmental protection. In March this year, Mauritius Prime Minister Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam participated in the campaign, planting a tree with Prime Minister Modi at the Sir Sivu Sagur Ramgoolam Botanical Garden, sending a message of shared commitment. Last November, Guyana President Irfan Ali joined the campaign and planted a sapling with Prime Minister Modi in Georgetown, accompanied by his family. In April this year, Slovak President Peter Pellegrini not only praised Prime Minister Modi's initiative, but also expressed his intent to draw inspiration from it in his own country. Since its launch in 2024, the Prime Minister's initiative has witnessed unprecedented global outreach. The initiative has now expanded to more than 136 countries, with over 27,500 trees planted abroad. Initiatives such as the International Solar Alliance and Mission Life, Lifestyle for Environment, have been widely appreciated and adopted across the world. Guided by the vision of One Earth, One Family, One Future, Prime Minister Modi continues to show the way forward, delivering a clear message that the world must come together and work collectively to protect our planet from global challenges. Bureau Report, DD India.
In other news, Russia's President Vladimir Putin has lashed out at European leaders, saying that Russia will achieve its goals in Ukraine by diplomatic or military means and also seek to expand a security buffer zone there. Meanwhile, the leaders of 27 EU states will gather in Brussels on Thursday to discuss whether to use frozen Russian assets worth $246 billion as a collateral to give a loan to Ukraine.
As the Russia-Ukraine conflict drags on with no sign of any peace deal, the United States is preparing a further round of sanctions on Russia's energy sector to increase the pressure on Moscow, should President Vladimir Putin reject a peace deal with Ukraine, according to a media report citing people familiar with the matter. The media report on Wednesday said that the US is considering options such as targeting vessels in Russia's so-called shadow fleet of tankers used to transport Moscow's oil and traders who facilitate the transactions. In Moscow, Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday said that the US is ready for peace talks on Ukraine and that he hoped the same would be true of Europe.
As before, we are ready to negotiate and resolve all the problems that have arisen in recent years peacefully. The US administration has demonstrated this willingness, and we are engaged in dialogue with them. I hope the same will happen with Europe. It's unlikely that this will be possible with the current political elites.
President Putin also warned that Moscow will seek to extend its gains in Ukraine if Kiev and its Western allies reject the Kremlin's demands in peace talks.
The goals of the special military operation will undoubtedly be achieved. We would prefer to do this and address the root causes of the conflict through diplomacy. If the opposing side and their foreign patrons refuse to engage in substantive discussion, Russia will achieve the liberation of its historical lands by military means.
Putin said that there were some calls in the West to prepare for a major war with Russia, and he described this as hysteria and a lie. The Kremlin said on Wednesday that Russia's position on the deployment of any European troops to Ukraine under a possible future US brokered peace deal was widely known, but that the subject could be discussed. Ahead of a summit of EU leaders, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said on Wednesday that Russia is making unreasonable demands in a US brokered push for peace with Ukraine. Meloni also told the Italian parliament that finding a legal way to use frozen Russian assets to help finance Ukraine remained far from easy.
This is demonstrated by the relentless bombardments of Ukrainian cities and infrastructure, as well as against the defenseless population, and confirmed by the unreasonable demands that Moscow is conveying to its interlocutors, the main one concerning the portion of Donbass not yet conquered by the Russians.
Meanwhile, European Union chief Ursula von der Leyen has voiced support for financing Ukraine, with leaders under pressure to agree on a plan to use frozen Russian assets.
And there is no more important act of European defense than supporting Ukraine's defense. The next days will be a crucial step for securing this. It is up to us to choose how we fund Ukraine's fight. We know the urgency, it is acute, we all feel it, we all see it, because just as peace negotiations are stepping up, so is intensifying the Russian barrage of attacks.
The United States has offered to provide NATO-style security guarantees for Kiev in talks on ending the war. But there has been no agreement on what Zelensky called the painful issue of territorial concessions. Bureau Report, DD India.
Shifting focus now, in Bangladesh, security was heightened across Dhaka's diplomatic zone on Wednesday after police blocked a march by a group calling itself July Oikya, which had announced plans to proceed to the Indian High Commission in Gulshan. Several hundred protesters gathered near Rampura Bridge and began marching towards the mission, raising slogans and pressing demands that included the return of ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and other Awami League leaders. As the procession reached Uttar Bada, police erected barricades and stopped the march. Dhaka Metropolitan Police said personnel from the Gulshan Division and the Diplomatic Security Division were deployed at key points to prevent any untoward incident. Authorities said the measures were taken to ensure public order and protect diplomatic missions. Meanwhile, Ministry of External Affairs summoned the Bangladesh High Commissioner to India, Riaz Hamidullah, and apprised him of India's strong concerns at the deteriorating security environment in Bangladesh. The Bangladesh High Commission's attention was drawn in particular to the activities of some extremist elements who have announced plans to create a security situation around the Indian mission in Dhaka. The ministry said India completely rejects the false narrative sought to be created by extremist elements regarding certain recent events in Bangladesh. It is unfortunate that the interim government has neither conducted a thorough investigation nor shared meaningful evidence with India regarding the incidents. It added that India has close and friendly relations with the people of Bangladesh rooted in the liberation struggle and strengthened through various developmental and people-to-people initiatives. We are in favor of peace and stability in Bangladesh and have consistently called for free, fair, inclusive and credible elections conducted in a peaceful atmosphere. The ministry said that it expected the interim government to ensure the safety of missions and posts in Bangladesh in keeping with its diplomatic obligations. The summons come on the heels of events like the anti-India rhetoric by a party leader in Bangladesh. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. You can get the latest news on the DD India mobile app, which is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You may wish to scan the QR code on the screen to download it. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran from all of us here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.